What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to Pop by Culture. We are here with our episode of Top 5 Comics covering the top five. Well, actually, it's going to be more, but our top I just need to change this to top comics. Our top comics for November 2025. I would say it was an interesting month. Would you
Yes,
agree?
that's a fair assessment. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, there are some good books. Clearly, we're going to go over those good books. I would say that some of the picks in here might surprise people because some of these haven't shown up before in our month end list.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, since I got so much crap last time for actually trying to come up with top 5 debuts, I was like, you know what? I don't have 5 this month. It's 4, but it's fine. They're 4 good books and worth discussing. But before we get into that, I do want to remind everyone we don't have dates yet, but Drewski will have a new campaign launching before too long. So if you haven't been tuning in, we've got a kick-ass crossover that's going to be taking place. So Drew, I don't know if you want to share some info on that.
Yeah. So Counterpoint's Lethal Ladies. This is the very first time ever in 10 years, the entire time Counterpoint's been in business or so, that all the major franchises are crossing over in one epic comic. So you got Nutty and Nut, Pray for the Sinner, Demon Slayer, Battle Fairy and Yeti, and Baby Zombie and Candy, all together, one comic, written by me with Murat Michaels, art by Andre Lunatic. This was the first job that Andre and I did together over 2 years ago, and we've done God knows how many pages of stories since then. It's just great to be able to call him up. He's just like, "Hey, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? What's up, buddy? It just what's up, brother?" It's like that's where we're at now. Because when we started off, it was kind of rough. It was a little rough initially. But now we're very, very good friends, and it's great. But I'm very proud of this book. It's action packed. It's funny, and everyone involved had a blast with this. And I cannot wait for you guys to finally check this out after 2 years.
Yeah. Is when you talk to Andre Lunatic, is it more like, bro? I make great art for you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's yes, you don't have pussy. You don't have pussy. You're balls. You have strong balls. I like that.
Yes.
Well, thank you. I like to think I do. Thank you.
Hey, Andre, how's the art? Good.
Yes, it's good.
No, I love his art, man. I think this is going back probably like 2-ish years ago. Actually, a little before then.
This is almost 2.5 years. It's actually, you know what? I'm going to say it's going to be coming up on 3 years here in January or so, which is wild to think about.
Andre's art was the art that I was like super hyped and showing off when we were in Vegas, that I was like, look at this art. To Kelly Jones. I wasn't just showing a bunch of random people. I was showing Kelly Jones because there's a whole conversation about art today versus the lack of effort with a lot of artists today. But yeah, no.
So this is just the first of many projects to be coming out that involved Andre and I. So this is just the very tippy top cherry on top of the iceberg that we're getting from projects with Andre and I.
Nice. Very nice. We do have some more exciting pictures than just logos here. We do have a lineup of the team. These are the characters you can expect to see. And what's the name of this kind of like villain character again?
This is the Woke. And let's just say he is not pleased with how toxic and problematic these characters are on their planets. So he's sentenced them all to death. And nice. So they have to battle to the death on this battle world.
Heck yes. And then we have this awesome cover by Draxgal. And again, Draxgal stuff just looks freaking fantastic. Like, there's really not much more to say.
No, there isn't. And he's only getting more and more A-list work. I know he's a newer artist. I understand that. But if people look him up now, he's getting a lot of work now from Dan Mendoza, who did Zombie Tramp, and as well as Brian Polito, who did Lady Death. So he's getting and Vampirella, Red Sonja, on and on. He's getting a lot of cover work, and he's only getting more and more popular. And I'm just glad I got in on working with him before he explodes, which is great.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, honestly, a couple of people you've gotten in early with. So excited to see where these people's careers
Yeah, there's
go.
nothing cooler than being involved with an artist, right? Like right before they explode and before they get big. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, I was the first one. I was one of the first. Like Lobos, Lobos is
Yeah.
one of those. Like, hey, I got his cover up here on my wall, right over here. He did for Born of Blood, framed the OA for it. And like, yeah, he did that before he was doing DC and
Nice.
Marvel.
Yeah. But it's also just like a love. It's just a love for the industry and wanting to see good people in the industry. Like you're
Good,
excited when
talented,
you, yeah,
reliable. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, eh, for all the times that we talk about how subpar a lot of these, either writers or artists are on big two books, and you've got talented people like this, that it's like, why aren't these people on these books? But
They're just not at the Mean Girls table. They're just not at the Mean Girls cafeteria table. That's why.
you can't sit with us. Oh Lord. Anyways, it's going to be exciting. Stay tuned, and we will give updates on when that campaign will be kicking off and what to expect. So just once we get dates and details, you'll hear it here for sure. And then I'm sure we'll have a kickoff show planned, or Drew will have a kickoff show planned somewhere.
Yep.
But
we're that's in the works. Yeah.
Nice. Well, before we get into our top comics for November 2025, I do want to stop and say hello to the chat real quick. As always, we have Cage and Corey in the house coming in with the evening. Good evening, sir. It's nice to see you. We also have Norin Lear, the one, the only. Maybe a little Lyrics Lee. Who knows? Coming in with evening. Good evening. But is it evening for you, Lyrics Lee?
See, I think she's like 6. No, she's like 10 hours ahead, 12 hours ahead, I think.
Oh, I thought you were about to say 6 a.m.
No,
I was like,
no,
Lyrics, what are you?
It's like 8 a.m. I think it's like 8 a.m. where she's
okay.
at.
If it was 6, I was like, why are you listening to us at 6 a.m.? Just go back to sleep and then listen to us later. We've got Zeke in the house with evening, everyone. Good evening, Ezekiel. Nice to see you, brother. We have Rudy Tatikwe here in the house. What's going on, peeps? Hope everyone is doing well. We are doing quite well. Thank you for asking. And oh no, we got the Joker himself, Kaiser Jose here. Sup, nerds? What's up, Kaiser? The real question is despite that this is top 5 and we're reviewing the books from last month, is Kaiser gonna yell spoilers at us for one of these books? That's the question.
I think we've gotten better about that,
Yeah,
and that's one thing I'm glad to say. Oh, it's 9 a.m. where she's at. Close.
Okay.
But with the videos I've been doing with Wes, people were saying in the comments, "You're spoiling too much." So thankfully, I've gotten better about that, like asking questions about things that may or may not happen in the book. Hinting, teasing things.
Right.
But, so it's not technically spoiling it.
Yeah. I mean, look, if the book is a POS, then we're probably going to spoil it. But
yeah, absolutely.
But
yeah, because I don't want
one you'd read it.
Yeah, if it's a piece of dog shit, I do not want anyone to suffer through it like we did, monetarily and time wise.
And I think even from our standpoint, it was kind of like a balance of, okay, so what are we trying to do? Is this a review or is this more of just a commentary? So hopefully you'll go buy it. And I think we've started leaning with top 5 comics, more of a commentary. With Floppy Drop, more of a commentary. We might reveal a little more with top 5 comics, but still, our goal is that you're going to hopefully be inspired to go pick up one of these books, some of these books, if you're not reading them, because this is us telling you like, hey, this is what we feel like it's worth spending your money on. So
yeah. Speaking of spend your money on, I just got this bad boy in the mail from Amazon. One of my mini new omnibuy. Meet the Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol Omnibus.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Keith Giffen one. Nice.
Keith Giffen RIPD collection. Yeah. I remember reading this when this came out. I didn't really get in on I read a few of the Grant Morrison issues. It wasn't my thing. I appreciate it. It just wasn't my thing. But reading this is the Doom Patrol I wanted. It wasn't the John Byrne run he did in the early 2000s. It wasn't the Grant Morrison. It was this guy. I had a blast reading this one.
Nice. I'll have to. I don't think I've ever read his run, so I need to go check it out. We do have Rudy coming in with, on this cover, I see cheeks for weeks. Heck yes, and I believe that was potentially referring to the Draxgal cover, which you will see cheeks and boobs and badassery.
Or as I call it, booty butt cheeks.
What about cheeks? And yes, top of the morning to you. To lyrics. We have a nice kind of graceful congratulations to you, Dolan, on the Hoosiers for their Big Ten title win and their number 1 seed.
So yeah, let's take a couple minutes here to reflect on this. This so people don't realize there are a lot of people who have been really underplaying and downplaying this victory. This what the Indiana Hoosiers football team program did. This is the greatest turnaround in collegiate football history.
Yeah.
That is not hyperbole. The Indiana Hoosiers program has lost more games than any other football program in the United States. That is a fact.
Yep.
They went from being the losing this program to, in a matter of 2 years, winning the Big Ten championship, beating the number 1 team in the nation, having potentially the Heisman Trophy winner, and potentially winding up in the national championship game. All in a matter of 2 years, they did this. Curt Cignetti did this in 2 years. He is a winner, and you want to talk about a coach with just balls and just backs up his talk. It's that guy, and he is so much fun to watch in the interviews. And the other thing, a few more things to say. So this was the most watched championship game last weekend. It beat out the SEC championship and the Big 12, and it is the highest rated Big Ten championship game ever in the Big Ten championship history.
Yeah, it was. I know. I was watching and I was like, I mean, it was a little
it was a nail biter. It was a nail biter the whole game.
And I was curious to see what's gonna happen. And then when you guys won, I texted you, and then you had like a string of texts and gifts that I was rolling. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, it felt honestly the closest thing I had excitement wise, nervousness wise to watching that game was the Giants versus Patriots Super Bowl when the Eli Manning Giants took down the Patriots that were undefeated that season. When it's just like those Giants were not predicted to win that game at all. They did, and this what that felt like we were watching here. And yeah, this is the greatest turnaround in collegiate football history. 60 Minutes is even doing a special on the IU football program next weekend. Coming out.
Nice.
That's how big of a fucking deal this is.
Yeah. I mean, the turnaround that you mentioned, I think is the big thing here to go from the most losingest team to winning the Big Ten with an undefeated streak so far this season. It's pretty bomb.
It's unprecedented. It's unheard of. And even Urban Meyer coached Ohio State. He said, this is the greatest turnaround in football history.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I will say, I think, and I would have to double check to make sure I got it right, but I think the funniest comment you made, and I might be misquoting you, was a lot of people are getting pregnant tonight. Oh my God. I was like,
no, that's right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love it. We do have Salty, the only Salty Traveling C coming in with better late than never. All good, man. We started late. I got home late, unfortunately. And I did start off the show, Salty, announcing that because I got so much shit last month for trying to fill out a top 5 with just mediocre books, I only have 4. I've only got to 4 this month. I was like, I don't want them coming for me. But yeah. And then Kaiser's got to read to find out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing. That's what I say on the channel. Besides Fix Yourself, it's you gotta read to find out.
Fix Yourself,
which people don't like. I don't understand that. Just they take
people
that
don't like Fix Yourself.
Yeah,
chill with whiners. I think this is supposed to be head coach, but Salty put former Michigan head coach now in police custody. I got Indiana winning it all in my bracket.
So the Michigan coach was let go for inappropriate relationship with a staff member, but this is the first I'm hearing about police custody. I don't know if that's legit or not. I knew he was fired. I didn't know about police custody.
Yeah. Sheesh. And which I feel like there's been so much going on. Which coach was it that disappeared? Because I guess he slept with an underage or something.
Yeah, I think that was some Division 2 or 3 college coach.
Yeah,
he they think he left the country at this point.
Yeah, that's craziness. So much excitement in college football.
Yeah.
Kaiser, he says he hates college sports because the Illinois teams are so. Oh well, I mean,
Hey,
it sucks to suck.
hey, you know what? At least Illinois has had winning programs in the past. You've had your time, your
Fair.
moments to shine. You've had time to enjoy it.
You had your chance. Get over it.
Yeah.
And then Salty, but Dolan had to ruin the moment talking about the Giants. Yeah, accurate. Yep. Wise choice on the picks. Hey, I do what I can. Let's see. Dolan was how it felt in 2019 when LSU won and Bro won the Heisman for sure.
Yeah, it's like, come on, LSU has has almost as much money as the ancient Egyptian kings, so they can buy championships, but unfortunately they can't find coaches that can win those championships anymore.
Yeah.
But well, actually, no, I take that back. They pulled out the 2 dump trucks for Lane Kiffin to come coach for him. But speaking of that, so we're talking about college football. Since LSU is a state school, the governor came out and said that we're not going to be spending all this money on coaches in the future, all this big money, blah blah blah. And what do they go and do? They spend even more money on Lane Kiffin. It's a joke. It's like, are you kidding me right now? They're even paying off. Like, so if Ole Miss wins their bowl game, do all this and that, they're paying Lane Kiffin too because he won, and they're paying off his house as well in Ole Miss where he lived. It's like this is insane.
Look, it's just what football. Look, even on the high school level, right? So there's been all this kind of talk in my area, because there are certain superintendents for school districts, high school, grade school level school districts, superintendents getting massive raises because the high schools are hiring a head coach that are technically coming in and would have been a higher pay rate than the superintendent, but that's not allowed by rules and regulations. So then the superintendent's getting bumped up, and then they're $1 above the head coach. It's wild.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, if people don't know, high school football in Texas and Florida, those 2 states, high school football is king.
Yeah, big. It's a big deal.
Yeah,
big deal. All right. Well, despite what you might think, this actually is not a college football channel.
Yeah.
We are here to talk about nerd stuff, and tonight we will be covering in our opinion, the best comics of November. Drew has roughly a top 10, so he's got 5 honorable mentions, and then his top 5 overall books. I will share my top picks for the debuts. So maybe if you're trying to figure out if a new book that hit the stands is worth picking up, maybe you'll get that answer here. But let's go ahead and start off with our honorable mentions, Drewski. So coming in for your number 10, we've got Star Wars Boba Fett Black, White, and Red number 3. So this is written by Ethan Sachs with art and colors by Juan Jose Reap. So good. Tell us about this book and why did it make your top 10 list?
So I did not read this initially when it came out. So people don't know this, but when Wes and I do our top 10 of the week, we don't know our picks until that morning of. And when Wes recommended this, I'm like, oh, what crack is he smoking? And or opium in this case, probably.
Right.
And so I'm curious, but I look at the credits, I'm like, Juan Jose Reeves attached to this. Oh, my boy Juan. I got to check this out now. Ethan Sachs, I can go either way on him, but we'll see what happens. I read this and imagine my shock. I was pleasantly surprised reading this comic. Just how fun, kinetic, funny, action-packed, horrific this comic was. This gave me the Boba Fett I wanted. This is what the Boba Fett show should have been. And this delivered. This was the best Star Wars comic I have read in close to 3 years. And I could not recommend this enough.
Yeah, I think it's funny because your experience with Wes was my experience with you when we were talking about this on Floppy Drop, and you're like, "Oh, this is a great book." I was like, "The fuck?
Yeah,
where did this come from?" But then we pulled it up and we're looking at it, and I was like, "Oh wow!" And then I ended up picking it up and reading it, and it was surprisingly good. And there's this piece of me that's like wanting to pick up the other issues, but I know it's different creative teams, and I'm like, "Don't do it,
Yes, that is
don't do it."
correct. Yep.
Um,
The next one I saw the creative team. I'm just like Kramer slapping that money on the counter. I'm out. It's
yeah,
not happening.
nope. But yeah, no, I thought this was a fantastic book, and of course, Reap's art just is freaking gorgeous, and he did a really good job. Usually, when they do these kind of color story, like black and white, I get because it's like inks, great, but they'll try to do this like red and blue or red or whatever, and they try to make it like, oh, look how edgy we can make this because all the red's gonna actually be blood. He used red in really interesting ways that wasn't just like, oh, look, it's blood.
Yes.
So and it gave the entire issue like a nice kind of like tone to it that I thought was really cool. So kudos there. I thought it was fantastic. And agreed. I would never have thought this would have been on a list, but so happy that it is. And just further proof that even though we may shit on things quite a bit, if a good issue comes along, we're going to talk about how good it is and why.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
If you didn't read this, it is a one-off issue. It's worth the money. Go pick it up. If you're a Boba Fett or Star Wars fan, Drew's right. This is what Disney should have been doing. So
yeah, well, and the other thing is I forgot to say this is early days Boba Fett. This is like a very he has just put on the armor because people are bringing up, oh, it's the son of Jango and all this. So he's very, very fresh at his bounty hunting gig.
Indeed. All right, we're going to move on to our next honorable mention. Coming in at the number 9 slot, we have Spider-Man and Wolverine number 7, written by Mark Guggenheim with art by Carrie Andrews and colors by Brian Rebar. This is another book that for me is either a lot of fun or not quite as fun. And even though I'm the guy that tends to say I'm not the biggest Carrie Andrews fan, it's because of his art. Like when it's good, it's because he's on the art.
Yeah, and that's the case here. He kills it. So this is the beginning because I literally just finished reading issue number 8. It just came out this week, and this is the crazy factor that I wanted to read. We've got our heroes on an alternate Earth, so it's like an Elseworlds pretty much, and you have this new villain who is
kind of an amalgam of these two.
Okay, we're gonna say it. Okay, we're gonna say it.
Yeah.
Okay, he may or may not be an amalgam of the two characters we see on the screen, and it is so damn cool, and it makes you wonder, like, how have they not done this before?
Yeah.
And what's even cooler, Josh, is that in this issue this week that came out, number 8, we see even more different, visually cool,
nice
amalgams of characters, and I'm just like,
oh heck yeah!
I'm just like, what? How have they never done this before? And I swear to God, after seeing these characters, I know for a fact Marvel is going to use one or two of these in the future. I know because it looks so damn cool, and the concepts are just that cool.
I didn't mind saying that there's the villain's kind of an amalgam because I feel like you can hear that and your mind's going to go a million different directions of what it could be. I will say a lot of times when I feel like stories try to do this, I don't like it, and I thought it was done really well here and was pretty freaking creepy.
Yes,
so,
and
I'll leave it at that.
So, real quick, we're talking about trying to take up too much time talking about this book, but it's so damn good. We really see here what separates Carrie Andrews from other artists and creatives, because if you look at what he's done here with these new characters, compared to what, say, the usual gang of idiots and the X Office are doing, quote unquote, creating their characters, there is a huge creative gap, clearly, with what they're doing. You have X Office down here, then 50 feet of crap, like right above it, the X Office. Yeah. And then you have Carrie Andrews up here who legit cares and has fun with what he's doing. And it's like, God, if Marvel was just not so fucking stupid and just gave him some more money, take care of the X Office, Carrie, and it'd be the best-selling series at Marvel.
Yeah. Or let him do an event or something, like just something. Because he's not afraid to swing big, and you need that.
And that's what I love about him, because he swings big. And there's one complaint, me personally, I hate that people say about his art or Todd McFarlane's art or Rob Liefeld's art, they say it's not realistic. The body proportions isn't real. Well, yeah, that's called creativity. That's called your artist signature. You know, your creativity is what your art style is, is everything you're doing wrong. That's what your art
Yeah.
style is. You know, if you want perfection, you want what actual body is, go get a fucking photograph. You know, that's why people love Rob, Todd, Carrie Andrews, because they love that style. And I
Yeah.
love the style. It's big, bold, dynamic. It's fun.
Yeah. I think there's a place for everything when it comes to art styles, but Kari Andrews has such a kind of over the top style that it works best with these kind of bigger over the top stories.
Yes.
And I'm saying that not in a bad way. I think this is over the top that works.
Can you
just
imagine
fun.
can you imagine if Phil Noto was doing this?
Oh,
God,
fuck off. No.
Silk started 9mm. Jesus.
I've been on record of saying just keep Phil Noto on covers, and it's best if it's not the full body that's shown, just the torso or face. But yeah, no. Kari gives this such a specific energy that I think that's what makes it fun. With any other artist, I think this would fall a little flat. It would feel a little generic with some crazy stuff happening. But this with him, it makes it feel crazy and fun. And look, we're all here to kind of be entertained. Like, yeah, sometimes we want those heavy hitting issues, but ultimately we're just looking to escape, have a good time, and this is great bombastic like Saturday morning cartoon action times 10. So kudos to the team.
And that's what I want. Just fun escapism.
Yeah. Agreed. Moving on to the next honorable mention in the number 8 slot, we have Nemesis Forever number 3, written by Mark Miller with art by Matteo Scalera and colors by Giovanna Nero. Another really strong issue. This one kind of did something a little different because it had a moment where he somewhat broke the fourth wall, maybe not maybe. But once the action started picking up at the end, it got kind of crazy and ended on quite a bit of a decent cliffhanger. So why did this make your honorable mentions and maybe not your top 5?
There were some books in the top 5 that were just stronger than this, which is shocking. But I would say, it was starting off with the issue, it was good, but the big moment is because what we see here on the cover is what happens in the book. Yeah. And what makes it truly terrifying is because we know how far Nemesis will go. We've seen what he'll do. We've known what he's done to kids who are siblings. So when we see him surrounded by kids, you're just like,
oh
what
God,
the hell?
yeah.
What the hell is he
what are you
gonna
do? Yeah.
Yes. And immediately
I shouldn't be laughing.
Yeah, you're freaking out. Because I mean, it's it's creepy and it's so unsettlingly funny at the same time because he's smiling and the kids are smiling. It's just like, oh God, kids have no idea. And but
yeah, go ahead.
It has a great action sequence, right after this, and a great cliffhanger. Yeah, this was just a fun issue.
Yeah. Well, Drew, you might think it's fun, but I would like to say that comic books like Nemesis are proof that Mark Miller is a closet postmodern deconstructionist asshole like Alan Moore, Grant Morrison, Neil Gaiman, Garth Ennis, and Warren Ellis. Yeah. Inside joke there. So Drew did the best of the week, and they brought this up the week that this came out, and some guy came and commented he is super pissed that they like this book. So he's just raging on them. But
I think it's an Alex Cott fan.
Probably, I have a lot of fun with Nemesis. I'm not afraid to say it. I was over here laughing when we're talking about what he's going to do to these kids. When I was like, I shouldn't be laughing, but he's so bad. He's just deliciously bad.
Because he's bad. He knows he's bad, and he enjoys what he does, and that's what makes it fun because he's unapologetically bad about it. That's what's great about it. He does it with a smile on his face.
Yeah, he does it with a smile on his face. He's cheeky about it. So I don't know. I think it's highly entertaining.
There's something charming. There's something charming about it because
and there is. But it intense, comedic. Like you get a little bit of everything with Nemesis. But there are times you're like, holy shit. And then there's times where you're laughing and saying, holy shit. And then you're like, I shouldn't be laughing. But no, I agree with you. I think this is a fantastic book. I do think this issue wasn't as strong as some of the other issues that we've had in the series. But yeah, it served what it needed to for this part in the story, and I'm looking forward to how they wrap this particular chapter up with Nemesis. So
Yeah.
good pick there. Let's move on to the next honorable mention, and I believe this is coming in at number 7. But it's Batman and Robin number 27, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson with art by Faco Asio and colors by Marcelo Maiolo. I now look, I'm a little behind on Batman and Robin. I did not get a chance to read this, so you'll have to fill me in. What worked with this book?
So this is the new storyline, and I think it's the second part of the new storyline. But what was fun about this issue? This is almost like it could have been a standalone issue. Real quick, Fico Asio, his art in this, he was born to do Batman. Holy crap. His art is fan-fucking-tastic in this. I love it. So much better than the other guy before him. What was great about this issue is that you have John spending time with Damian, sons being sons, talking with each other. Then you have Clark hanging out with Bruce, just dads talking about dad stuff, but also, fighting crime too at the same time. Great family stuff, great talks. And it felt true. It felt real. And it helps when you have an actual dad, bringing these conversations, into these books in Philip Kennedy Johnson. And I'm very curious to see where we go to next. The latest issue, 28, came out this week. I haven't read it yet, but I'm very curious to see what happens next.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get caught up with this arc, and before we do tomorrow's show, we'll see. But yeah, I've been enjoying Philip Kennedy Johnson's run. I feel like when he took over, he did a lot of good stuff. Hit a lull there for a little bit, but he's continuing a good pace. And yeah, I think too many people are sleeping on his Batman and Robin run, and it's just kind of one of those runs that's just consistently solid. So if you haven't checked it out, the first trade came out I think a month ago, if that. So go get that first trade and check out the start of his run. It'll be easy for you to catch up. But
yeah, just the Joshua Williamson stuff run.
Yeah.
It was.
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't like the art. The art for me was so distracting.
Yeah, Simone DeMeo. Yeah, there are certain artists who are great, but there's certain properties that they shouldn't be on. They weren't meant for. And
agreed.
he's just not meant for Batman.
Yeah, because
X-Men, yes.
I was going to say we love to work on X-Men. Yeah. So that worked out well for me. All right, moving on to our next honorable mention, and I believe this is number 6. We have Batman Dark Patterns number 12, written by Dan Waters with art by Hayden Sherman, colors by Triona Farrell, and this might shock people that this did not wind up in your top 5. So Drew, explain yourself.
I know it just it was a solid conclusion, but I had others that were just stronger. I mean, it was a solid conclusion. But I was comparing it to others I had. I'm just like, these other issues are better. But it's middle of the road there. It's good. It's a good conclusion to this arc. It's just a shame. It's like, oh my God, it's all wrapped up. Okay.
I know. Yeah. I think that's what that's what makes it a little more disappointing is it's not even like, oh, we're wrapping up the arc. It's like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're done unless something gets announced. And that is a bummer because this run has been fantastic. And I will agree. It was a good conclusion. Was it like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever? No. But, good should not be underwritten here. Like, it works incredibly well as a 12-issue story. Dan Waters did a really good job of kind of crafting out like, okay, here are 4 minor stories that will ultimately tell one larger story. Hayden Sherman's art is Hayden Sherman gets the MVP award here because the art is what really makes us feel unique and special. But the two together, they just worked really well together on this book. It was gritty, it was seedy, really interesting. It had that kind of like early 90s, nostalgic throwback feel to Batman, which I really liked. Or late 80s, early 90s throwback feel. But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, Hayden Sherman, it's like this wasn't the only project he's been doing this. Absolute Wonder Woman.
Yep.
I think he did one of the Superman Red and Blue shorts.
I think. Yep.
Well.
Yep.
And
did?
I think if maybe hopefully I read it correctly. I think he's doing one of the DCKO.
No, I think you're right.
I think
And he did one of the Batman Deadpool issues too. So
there you
or stories, yeah.
yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, he did the Doctor Strange one. I won't hold.
Yeah.
Well, I won't hold that against him. I'll blame
Eh,
the writers on that one.
yeah. It looked like
But
that was rushed too, but
yeah, it did. But yeah, it's just good for him and Dan Mora. Good for you guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
It would clearly have a really good work ethic. And just turn these books out, these pages out. So.
The other thing is, Rob Liefeld has said this, and this is true. If you're doing interiors, you got to love comics. You got to love what you're doing. And clearly, Dan Mendoza to be doing as many as he's doing, and Hayden Sherman to be doing as much as he's doing, they must love comics, and they must love what they're doing.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. We're talking about they roughly have 30 days ish to do these issues, sometimes less if the writers are behind or if there's notes or stuff that needs to be changed. So like they are churning these things out. And the fact that these two guys, Mora and Sherman, are giving such quality work on such a consistent basis without taking breaks like so many other artists take, for me, it just blows my mind. I would say Jorge Jimenez kind of falls in that category too. He will do a ton of work before he takes a break. So yeah, I mean, I started to say future of the industry, but I think they kind of are the guys that are just leading the industry right now.
Yeah.
And it's a good place to be for them. And I'm happy that it's them. So
me too.
All right.
They've got that Neil Adams work ethic, it's artists like that doing as much pages as they are. It's very, very, very rare.
Yeah. Hopefully we get to see this team do more Batman because they killed it. They absolutely killed it. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and start moving into our top 5 picks. Just a real quick reminder, if you are tuning in, make sure you hit that like button. Go ahead and share the channel. We are here talking comics and nerdy stuff on a weekly basis, and that's just going to continue into the new year. So some more nerdy stuff, but yeah, get us out there, hit that like button, comment after the show, comment now too, why not? But Drew, we're going to kick off with your number 5 pick. So your number 5 coming in for November 2025 is Space Ghost number 5, written by David Pepose with art by Jonathan Lau and colors by Andrew Dahlhaus. I'm going to be honest. I was a little surprised this hit your top 5. I expected it to be in your list, but I thought it was going to be one of your honorable mentions.
Yeah, I was really debating about it, but then I realized, this was a very solid, action-packed conclusion to the story arc. Even though it felt a little drug out in some of the pages, I'm just like, okay, I get it. It felt padded, this issue. Because as a writer, you can just feel when it feels like when you're reading a novel, when the writer just extends out the epilogue, the final conclusion, like 20 pages longer than it should be. It's like, God damn it, why did you do this? This could have been cut in half.
Yeah.
But it's still a solid conclusion. And once again, Jonathan Lau, lights out in the art, fantastic. And I've been talking with Jonathan Lau, and he's a good dude. I've been chatting with him on So I'm gonna see if I can work out a little interview, see what happens.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Speaking of Jonathan Lau, another artist that just consistently not taking a break, did all 12 issues of the Space Ghost Volume 1 plus the annual. Here doing the same thing.
Yeah, he's not pulling any Nick Klein shit. He's doing every single issue.
Oh shit. He's rocking it out. And I like it too because he's like changed up his art a little bit for this run versus the first run. But this is another guy that's like ready for prime time. So I'm hoping he look, I do as much Space Ghost as you want to do by all means. But I would love for him to get the recognition and exposure of getting a larger Big 2 character, hopefully with a good writer that's a good run, because he deserves it. And get his name out there a little more with more people to learn who he is, because he's a just extremely talented guy. And again, David Pepose, I think that he's giving his best work here with Space Ghost. So
yeah, I've been reading his stuff going as far back as his Spencer and Locke Yeah, Spencer and Locke that he did. It was like his Calvin and Hobbes take
Yeah.
when they're adult. But it was fun. It was a fun series. His Marvel stuff.
I mean, even some of his other indie stuff, like Captain Planet, was a little,
a little sus.
Yeah.
But this is just he's nailed it. This is a perfect superhero comic. He's nailed it here.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Good for him.
Yep. One of the best superhero books on the stands right now, and I do not say that lightly. So if you're not reading Space Ghost, go read the first volume. Like it's a fun, it's an easy read. It's 12 issues plus an annual. Go read it. Jump in on this. You will not regret it. Because the team is doing great work too of just really building out these characters.
Building out the universe.
Yeah,
like we're seeing characters in Space Ghost past that we've never met. We're getting a lot of great villains, cool, creepy villains. And if all you know about Space Ghost is the coast to coast, you are missing out. Put that to the side, read these issues, go all the way back and read the very first issue that David Pepos did up to now. You'll thank us later. This has been an absolute blast to read.
Yeah, you're welcome, you peasants. Real quick, we do have Salty Traveling Sea coming in with solid call on Space Ghost number 5. A little slow, but still a really big swing. And I completely agree. And then Rudy came in with hard work is to be rewarded. Props to Lau. And he gets affirmation there, 100%. Agreed. We're going to go ahead and move on to our number 4 picks. So now I will enter the conversation with my picks. And even though I didn't do a top 5, because I'm not going to do mediocre books. It's fine. I know that I'm going to get shit for this one regardless, but it was a fun book. And I have to call a spade a spade.
Oh, God.
So for my number 4, I picked Batman Deadpool number 1. And look.
Nope. Yeah. I will not fault you for that because, hey, I recommended it with Wes. We had an absolute blast reading it, and it's like Grant Morrison was the only one who understood the homework assignment, and he just got fun and wild and crazy with it. That's all we want.
Yeah, look, I mean, I didn't consider putting a gun in my mouth while reading this, so and Deadpool makes me want to do that more often than not. I thought this was written incredibly well. Grant got Batman. It's the best Deadpool's been written in forever. He had a lot of fun with the history of comics, with the lore of comics. He pulled a lot of really fringe type things as kind of tongue-in-cheek jokes or references.
We got one of the amalgam characters in this. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. It was just a ton of fun. It was a ton of fun, and I wasn't expecting it. I wish I could say the backups did the same thing, but they didn't. But this alone, if you have money to spend, go read it, get it. It's a fun. This is what the crossovers are meant to be. They're meant to be fun. And as much as
how it opens, it's like, yes. I mean, look. I mean, I think even Grant even said, like, you do a story like this, it's not really supposed to make sense. And
no,
yeah,
I mean, you've got what, like 20 pages to try to explain why these characters are meeting up and what's going on. Like, you just got to go balls to the wall, just get after it. But I do want to say, make sure you take note. We are saying Batman Deadpool number 1, not Deadpool Batman number 1. Deadpool Batman number 1, shit. Batman Deadpool number 1, go get it.
Banger. Yes. Yeah. So if you see the names Greg Capullo or Zeb Wells attached to it, put that to the side.
Yeah. Salty was giving me, what the fuck did you do, Josh? I think this is before I said the title, that he was like, oh God, he's already prefacing this with don't kill me. And he put, at least Josh didn't pick Ghost Pepper. Nope. Or did I? Is it still coming? No, I'm kidding. It's not. But no, I thought this was really good. You can see the art here. It's a fun start. He's got a quick nod to the Court of Owls here. Good jokes. The jokes actually worked here.
Deadpool was actually funny.
Shocking that I laughed while reading a comic book.
Yeah.
Who knew? Especially a Deadpool comic book. So yeah, I was very pleased and very surprised with this, and I'm happy to put it in my top picks for the month. So kudos. Drew, coming in at your number 4. We've got The Sacrificers, number 17, written by Rick Remender with art by Max Fumara and colors by Dave McCaig. I believe this was on a small hiatus for a while. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's been on and off. It hasn't really been coming out on a consistent basis, which is unfortunate. Because when it was coming out, I know I was recommending it. So was Wes, and
Yeah.
maybe you were as well, Josh.
Yeah, we were all on board with this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, just gonna say, and this issue, there is no lull in this issue. It is awesome, and so yeah, it's pretty much back to the let them eat cake, stuff going on with the wealthy. They're doing their thing to have their elixirs to stay forever young, or is it? That's what I'm gonna say. I don't want to say any more than that. There was a saying in this involving needles and threads. I think it was like needles or thread. They not only do they sew things together, but they create holes. I forget what it is, but it's a great saying about this issue. It's the one thing I said to summarize this issue, and because I didn't want to spoil what happens. But yeah, this is a solid read.
Yeah, Sacrificers. I'm just gonna kind of echo what you said. Especially when it first started coming out, was coming out on a regular basis. We were consistently putting this in our top picks, go check this out, go read it. And then the inconsistent release schedule definitely hurt this book because it fell off a lot of people's radars. So I'm hoping they can get back to a normal release schedule, get it back out in people's the kind of peripheral, because it's such a good book. And if you haven't read, I think they've got 3 or 4 volumes trades that are out. Go get them. It's another one where you won't be disappointed. It's just
Josh, tower rack. Man, that's the first time in a long while that's happened. Yeah, I can't recall the last time that's actually happened.
There we go. Yeah, no, it has been a while, so I won't complain too. Watch it hit me 20 more times for the end of the stream. Let's make it up for the last time. But no, Max Fiora's art, and it's kind of hard to tell here because these 3 sample pages are all kind of interior, but this guy does some incredible art. And I think this is probably some of the best stuff that Rick Remender's done in a while. So go check it out. We got Zach's in the house with, hey Josh, what's up, Zach's? Nice to see you. Hopefully are you feeling, Zach's, are you streaming tonight? If you are, I'll try to set up a raid to go into you if we go that long. And yes, damn it, Josh, indeed. It's been a while since you had to say that, so we'll take that win. Drew, coming in at your number, this was your number 4, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Moving on to number 3. I'm back to my pick. Yeah, I picked a good pick. It's not even my pick. Jesus Christ. Coming in at number 3. So my number 3 pick for November 2025 is Alien vs. Captain America number 1, written by Paul Dini. Oh dang, I messed up on this.
I was like, wait a second, Paul Dini didn't write that.
That's my. I've got nothing but Superman stuff.
Oh, I see what you did.
This is what happens when you try to do these slides and you have to stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. And you come back and you're like, yep, picture. Yeah, oh, no, I got it. So ignore everything here.
Hey, Josh, I'll be right back. 1 second.
Cool. This was an issue that I expected to just read and be like, yep, another stupid crossover that really doesn't do anything. But I had a shit ton of fun with this. And I thought it was good setup, nice surprise. I feel like it handles both sets. Well, you don't really get Captain versus the Alien yet, but you get nice setup for both. That it's really leading into that kind of that little battle that's going to be coming up. But I thought this was done incredibly well. It's a rare win for Marvel, and I guess I'll give them credit for that. I wish they would do more stuff of this quality, but I think what we're going to try to see is, will this book continue? Because even the Predator kills the Marvel Universe, or versus the Marvel Universe, whatever it is, that started really strong, and then kind of started falling off a little bit. So hopefully that doesn't happen here. By the way, if you hear me swallowing, I apologize. My voice was giving out, so I've got piece of candy and to try to keep this voice going. But yeah, I think Drew and I both were super surprised when this came out because I think we both kind of expected nothing from it and then ended up having a lot of fun. And then it was kind of like, it, did I really have fun? Are we, this isn't just me, right? No, okay. You liked it too? Okay, good. Oh, Wes liked it? Okay. So it was one of those like, am I going crazy or was this actually good? I mean, look, quality in Marvel has not been synonymous for a while. The one exception would be Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell. Other than that, nada. Not a lot going on. So
I'm back.
Hey, but anything you want to say on this issue, Drew?
No, this is a fun issue. I think I loved the setup. Just who found the alien the alien eggs, the xenomorphs initially. I'm like, okay, that's great. But my fear is the one thing that's kind of it's a slight mild disappointment. It's just that we're seeing just a lot of cannon fodder die from the xenomorphs, and no one of really of emotional back. No one's real emotional ties that we have. No one real that we value is dying, and that's my one regret with this. And it's like,
Yeah.
why couldn't Nick Fury get one? Why couldn't Bucky get one?
Yeah,
It's just all the cannon fodder. I'm just like,
yeah.
even
Look,
Baron von Strucker, he didn't get it. He caught it in time. It's like, come on now.
it's one of those like it's Elseworlds. Just go balls. Look, there's a reason Tom Taylor is well liked. He's got these Elseworld stories, and he's not afraid to just kill off major characters in them. So there you go. Real quick in the chat. So Zax is not doing a stream tonight. He's got pneumonia again.
Ooh.
Oh, boo. Well, I hope you get to feeling better, sir. So, yeah, gotta listen to those late night Zax sessions. So get better. And yes, that does suck. And hey, Salty says vitamin C and garlic. There you go. Garlic for those vampires. And by never mind. Yeah, we got a lot of love for Zax coming in. I hope you get better soon. And then Zax is since he's not doing his What's Good Wednesday, we're going to do a quick What's Good segment for Zax on a What's Good Wednesday. But he was telling Salty he's got a show for him. It's a Hungarian TV show called Rise of the Ravens. It's about pushing the Ottomans back. The production quality is incredible. So if you're looking for something to watch, or maybe you've got a Christmas break coming up and you're like, I don't know what to watch, there's a suggestion. So Zax, you'll have to let us know like where we can watch it. Just go Google stream Rise of the Ravens streaming. So, all right, Drewski, are you ready for your number 3 pick?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So Drew's number 3 pick for November 2025 is The Infernal Hulk #1, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson with art by Nick Klein and colors by Matt Wilson. This is the start of a new run, but it also kind of continues what Philip Kennedy Johnson and Nick were doing. And I will agree with you. I thought this was an incredible issue.
Yeah, and incredible. Yeah, no pun intended, or pun intended. I don't know. But yeah, this was the issue I've wanted this whole run from Phil PKJ and Nick Klein. This gave me everything I wanted: the action, the horror. I mean, the true horror we get in this. And Philip Kennedy Johnson isn't afraid to kill people you think won't die. You got parents in here. It's like, oh shit, he took them out. Now they're the undead horde. And what happens here in this issue? This is event level here.
Yeah.
What's going on? And I remember reading this and just thinking that get rid of that One World Under Doom shit, or that blood ties thing they did with the vampire. Get rid of that event. Get rid of this
Age of Revelation.
Yeah, get rid of that. This is your event right here. Holy crap! You have the Infernal Hulk who's dead rising from the grave. They're his army, and you have just this ancient, ungodly, hellish city rising in the Midwest. It's like, oh shit, this is fucking serious. And I just read the latest issue this week, came out, ironically enough, and he goes down to Atlantis, and it's not pretty.
Jesus.
But
I'm hoping that this will kind of end up being like a Jeremy Adams situation for Philip Kennedy Johnson. Like Jeremy Adams, for all intents and purposes, had a massive Green Lantern event, and it never really got talked about as an event. It stayed pretty self-contained within Green Lantern. It let him do his thing. He got to stay focused. You didn't have all these shitty one-shots or interference or whatever. So if that's the kind of story that Philip Kennedy Johnson is delivering here, I hope that's how they let him handle it. Like, I want it to be event levels, do the crazy off the wall batshit stuff, kind of like Jeremy Adams did with Green Lantern. Do it, but don't act like it's an event. Don't try to pull other people in. Just let Philip Kennedy Johnson come in and tell the story. Because even in this issue, there's some crazy shit that takes place. Like the thunderclap.
No, batshit crazy. Not just crazy, batshit crazy.
Oh my god. You mentioned one of the Incredible Hulk issues before it switched to this new title recently, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I'd heard mixed things. I hadn't really been keeping up. And then when this launched, I was like, all right, it's a good jumping on point. So I jumped into it, and I was so surprised at how much I loved it. It was a good story, which honestly, I mean, might as well just bring me into my number 2, because Infernal Hulk number 1 is my number 2, which might make you wonder what's my number 1. But yeah, I look, I'm not going to say I'm not the biggest Hulk fan, but I feel like Hulk comics are incredibly inconsistent. You get solid runs, or you'll get a run that's got high moments and a lot of low moments. But I don't think you've had some, just especially in the past like 20 years, some just crazy. Like, here's this. You got World War Hulk.
Yeah, I would say that I would honestly, World War Hulk was really good. Planet Hulk and World War Hulk. Those both were really good. But I would say before that, it was probably the Bruce Jones, like Mike Deodato, JRJR run that happened, which was solid. And they're finally making an omnibus of that coming out next year, because those hardcovers and trades are very expensive and hard to come by. Thank God they wisened up. But yeah, like I agree. Hulk runs have been very, very inconsistent. And even when you had A-list guys, well, quote unquote A-listers working on it, like Mark Waid and Mark Silvestri and Jason Aaron, Ron Garney, it never worked. It just didn't click.
Yeah. And before anyone comes in and is like, oh, what about Al Ewing? Look, Al Ewing, Hulk is the best thing he's done. But there were moments where it was excellent, and there are a lot of moments where it's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, you can make the argument like the first 20 issues of that were solid, and this is everything after that, it just fell downhill pretty damn quick.
Yeah. And then you'd get a weird random like one-off issue that was banger, and then just mediocre after that. But no, I thought this was a terrific issue. I haven't read this week's issue yet, but I'm looking forward to it, so we can talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, banger of a book. And I just remember, and I mentioned earlier, the thunderclap moment. I actually said, holy shit, when I saw it. And I'll leave it at that. You can go read it and you can figure out what happens for yourself. But I specifically loved this. You've got the army here. You've got this whole thing with Hulk going on. And look, this isn't spoilers. These are the first like 4 or 5 pages, if that. And these guys are like, yeah, but he's a good guy, right? Like, he's one of the good. He's with the Avengers. And then,
not just that, Josh, but this one guy, the beard, we're introduced to him earlier. It's like, oh yeah, he's a solid guy. He's a good guy. Yeah. And I guess he knows these army troops. He's going to go. He's doing his National Guard thing. He's going to go help him out. He's going to be fine, because we're learning about this guy early on. Or is he? or any of these guys going to be okay? But yeah, this makes a hard left turn really quick, and it's like, oh shit, okay,
yeah,
he's not holding back.
Zach said, "I want a Hulk book where he's only shopping for clothes."
I think we got that, and that was Rainbow Rowell on She-Hulk.
Yeah, and eating desserts. Come on,
foodsies.
What's bad is like, this is kind of what the standard of comics has become. Is this? We're in the mall for an issue. Yay. that Tom King issue of fucking Wonder Woman, where it's like the hallucination or whatever it was, where they're in the mall and it's Bruce and Diana. Oh my god,
I wanted to blow my fucking brains out. I couldn't believe that.
Awful. Also, just to follow up real quick, Zach was talking about Rise of the Raven. So apparently it's free on YouTube. So you don't even have to go buy anything or subscribe to anything. YouTube, free. Go check it out. Let's move on to your number 2 pick for the month of November, Drew. And that is Transformers number 26, written by Robert Kirkman, art by Dan Mora, and colors by Mike Spicer. So this is the second issue of their run and another banger issue for this creative team.
Yeah, I love this issue, and this is where we see Optimus Prime, the leader, and the not just that, the hero. It's like this goes back to a theory that I had read and heard over 20 plus years ago. And it was from Paul Dini, who believed that Optimus Prime was the greatest hero in fiction. And it's like, and you hear his argument for it. It's like, you know what? I cannot argue against that. And the arguments that Paul Dini gave, we see that here in this issue from Robert Kirkman. We see Optimus. Now, we don't see Optimus Prime the fighter. We see Optimus Prime the leader, the hero, the leader of the Autobots. And just why he believes in the good in people, even in Decepticons. He believes in the good, and we get that here. We get a Decepticon who may have a change of faith, a change of belief, and it's great. I love it, and we see that play out even more this week. Ironically enough, the next issue came out this week. And it was just a fun issue, and just I love seeing this other side of Optimus that we've seen bits and pieces of from DWJ, but we see it really a lot in this issue from him, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And Dan Mora's art, God, he killed it. It's just so real quick. One thing that's kind of irked me is that whenever Wes and I recommend this Transformers run, we see like how great it's been, fantastic it's been. People always say like the old run of the Transformers. Oh yeah, those are so much better, so much great. I've been rereading those issues. Look, don't get me wrong. I love Jose Delbo. He's a fantastic artist. He is not a good Transformers artist. It is not good. And the books before Simon Furman was writing them, they were not good. Even some of the Simon Furman ones, they're not that good. This is 26 plus issues where every single issue has been a fucking banger. And I don't think in any run outside of All Hail Megatron had they had that many issues in a row that were just that solid, damn good, recommendable.
Yeah. No, I've been reading some of the older issues, and they can feel like a little bit of a chore sometimes.
Sometimes. I would say a lot of the times. It's just I've got both volumes up here. I'm looking at them, and I'm just like, I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to go read that again. It's not fun. I thought it was going to be fun, but it's just like, it's nice to read them for the I guess historical aspect of reading them, but a lot of them are not as fun as I was hoping. And there's this weird thing going on with everyone hating on Dan Mora, and but a lot of people hating on Dan Mora, and I do not get it. I think it's because he's getting a lot of work. I think it's because he's on a lot of projects. It's like the Pedro Pascal effect, where you see him everywhere and you don't want to see him anymore.
But he's good.
Yeah, he's great. I don't want to say he's good. I mean, he's great. He's fast. I mean, were people saying that about Neil Adams back in the 70s and 80s? Fuck no.
Yeah.
They weren't saying that. They wanted more Neil Adams.
But it's weird too, because it's not like he's taking over. I mean, it's not like he's like, oh, I'm doing Batman and Super, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's been doing World's Finest, and then he jumped on a few Justice League issues, and now he's doing Night Fight, and like, he's not doing like, oh, let me take your number one, person guy, and I'm gonna just run with this book. Like, So it's just interesting. But I laugh when people are like, "Oh, it's not even that good." I'm like, "Sit down and shut up."
What the
You
hell?
clearly don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry, he's not Alex Cott, but he's getting there.
Yeah. Real quick, Zach's put, I heard he doesn't pay his parking tickets. Maybe just a rumor talking about Optimus Prime.
Oh.
And then so it looks like more is gonna be, I think they're only doing 6 issues, more and Kirkman together, and then I think it's someone else after that. So bummed that it's only 6 issues, but that also makes me think this is gonna be like one hell of a blockbuster type of 6 issues for an arc, and then they'll carry on. Because we do know that all the big crossover stuff is finally like right here. It's happening.
Yeah,
like
yes,
they're diving into it.
That is correct. And in this issue that came out this week, we see even more ties into other Hasbro properties.
Oh,
It's like, oh, ooh, here we go. Okay. This is getting, as the Spaniards would say, muy interesante. So,
muy interesante.
Yeah. So I'm, they had my curiosity, but now they have my attention.
Yeah. So My Little Pony shows up and they do that, huh?
I can neither confirm nor deny that at this time.
Oh God, I love it. Real quick, Salty also added 1986 Transformer movie on Blu-ray. May seem like it's overkill, but it's totally worth it.
No, it is. I just bought the 4K on Amazon Prime. So yeah, I was rewatching that, and
nice.
Yeah, I love it. And I am an unapologetic fan of that film. And I love the soundtrack. I got the soundtrack on my phone. I love it.
Yeah. And then Salty also added the future G.I. Joe covers tell us where it's going. Absolutely.
Yes, they do.
My Little Pony. My Little Pony. I wish I knew characters from My Little Pony so I could keep this bit going, but I don't.
It's we need Trish Forstner. It's we need Trish in the chat. She can be able to tell us.
Or what's her nuts?
The hooker. Yeah.
Yeah, the
handicapped hooker. Yeah.
Bisexual, disabled black hooker lady. That one. T. Franklin. We go.
Yeah.
We just need to get T on the show so she can call us a bunch of N-words and smoke dope and stuff while she's on stream. Yeah. Look, she's done it before, so
it's like no, we're not kidding. She has done that.
No, if you think of being an asshole, she goes on stream and does that. So there you go.
She did that about Mark Waid. I distinctly remember that. I thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
I was like, wow. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our number 1 picks. So, Drew, if Infernal Hulk was my number 2 debut, do you have an idea of what my number 1 is?
I'm going to say Space Ghost.
It is not. Well, we didn't have a number 1. Do we have a number 1 Space Ghost?
No. Oh, your number 1 issue. Oh, number 1. Oh, sorry.
Debut. My top debut coming out. I'll save you. I'll spare you. I did go back and forth with my number 1.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what it is. Is it Superman related?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Wait, what Superman book came out that was number 1?
Oh, I saw the Paul Denny one.
Oh no, that was from the Red, White, and Blue from last month. That was me just being not updating. Okay. So my number 1 pick was actually Spawn: The Dark Ages number 1 by Liam Sharp, and I kept going back and forth. And here's the thing: it's like I loved this, and I loved Infernal Hulk, and I had more fun with Infernal Hulk, but then I kept leaning to this, being like, there's just something here. And it wasn't as bombastic of a start, but my God, the art, kind of the world building he's doing, for me, I just feel like we are going to get something magical here. It's only going to be a 6-issue run.
It's only gonna. That's where I'm kind of worried. The subsequent issues, like, wait, don't get me wrong. Like you said, I love the fact that it's going. We know it's going to be a beautiful book. One of the most beautiful. It's hard to believe. Right now, Josh, you think about it. How many beautiful books, truly beautiful books, we're getting right now?
Yeah,
in the interiors, we've got this, Skin Breakers, Space Ghost, Carrie Andrews on Spider-Man Wolverine.
Escape.
Sure, Dan Mora on Transformers. It just so many great, beautiful books, and but I'm afraid that the story is going to be pretty underwhelming, unfortunately. But I could be wrong, but if this feels very, I guess for lack of a better term, Shakespearean, and so.
And I will say, I know that's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm a theater kid, so I'm totally down with that.
Yes, you are an actor.
But no, I thought this was really solid start. And I'm hoping that we get some really nice bombastic action here because it's a Spawn book and you've got a Conan type character in here. Like, come on. When this issue came out, I did express some concern as well because I was like, I feel like I think this is only the second thing he's written, if I'm not mistaken.
He did a Star Hinge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Book. And that was another case where it was very beautiful, but the story was just out there.
Yep.
And he did. I don't know if he wrote. Actually, no. I think he did. He wrote and illustrated a Batman Wonder Woman.
Brave and the Bold, yeah. So he did the same thing there that he's doing here. And there are some similar concepts and themes. I'll just say that. So that's why I said I'm hoping he's not a one-trick pony.
Actually, you really think about it. Across all three of those books, there is a through line, and it's just this ancient English folklore.
Nordic type,
Yes, it's just across all three of those, and that's cool. But I would just tell him, hey, can we have some more action, please?
Yeah. I'm hoping that he'll give us some here. But Salty came in with Spawn or We Riot. So I'm glad I did not let you down, Salty. But yeah, just the price of the book alone, man, the art's worth it alone. And the story was not bad. It's a solid story. So go check it out. And then Salty also wanted to let us know, Drew, that friendship is magic, guys, especially with Black disabled workers. Oh my god!
Yeah, I just remember having a field day when that Spider-Man book came out. When she wrote.
Oh my god! What was that character?
Was it Sun Spider?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
That was just gold. That was gold, and I had not laughed that hard in my life just reviewing a comic.
And then the whole shit that came out of it too, where she was like, "Oh, I created this character," and then there's a few months passed, and another person was like, "Actually, I created that character."
Yeah.
And it was, I guess, some type of fan thing where fans could write it and make their own. It was wild. But yeah, and then her with Mark Waid and dropping N-words, and it's never a dull moment when T. Franklin's around. I'll just say that. All right, Drew. Your number one pick for November 2025. So this is your overall number one pick. You came in with G.I. Joe number 13 and G.I. Joe number 14, written by Joshua Williamson with art by Tom Riley and colors by Jordi Belair. I thought these issues were a shit ton of fun.
Yes, and this is everything I want in a G.I. Joe book, and it's safe to say issue number 15 that came out last week, that will be in my top 5 of the month for December, no doubt about it, if not the best book of the month. But I love this story so much. It just we get Cobra Commander and Duke trying to survive. First, they're you have Duke who's on leave. He sees what Cobra Commander's up to, and they got a battle to survive. But also, you got my boy Destro doing his thing. He's like, "Hey, the leader's away. This is all mine now," and I fucking love it. And of course, no one can reach Duke. But yeah, it turns into this crazy. They're having to fight off against the Dreadnoughts, who are just. I mean, they're a crossover between something from Quentin Tarantino, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Mad Max. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? It is just so wild, crazy, unpredictable, fun, funny, action packed. This it's been an absolute thrill. I love it.
And kudos to Joshua Williamson for pulling, story threads that were started all the way back in Cobra Commander, in that run that they're now coming full circle here. Like, but it doesn't feel forced or too long. Like it feels executed perfectly.
Yeah, there are good Joshua Williamsons, there are bad Joshua Williamsons, then there are great Joshua Williamsons. The Joshua Williamson who's writing this event, G.I. Joe and Rogue Cobra Commander, that's the cowboy I want to party with. The guy who's doing the DCKO stuff, pretty much anything else at DC, I'm like, do I know you? No.
This is probably, I don't mean this as a knock to Joshua Williamson, but this is also probably what happens when you get creative people in charge that encourage good storytelling and editors working with you that are on the same goal and mission of you as let's tell a kick-ass story. Because it feels like everyone's just shooting for the stars with these Energon books.
Yeah, and the first thing that comes to mind is just that there's a great comedy. I think it's a great comedy, Bad Teacher with Cameron Diaz, and there's a scene where her roommate is the guy from A Modern Family, the big guy, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about getting D cups," and he's like, "Go bigger." She's like, "Double D's?" He's like, "Go bigger," and that's what it's a book like this. That's what I'm thinking. Like Joshua Williamson, and I can see the editor saying to him, "Go bigger." And that's what I say to myself doing Unholy Nightmare when I'm talking to Aurelio. It's just they don't hold back. That's what I'm getting at, and that's what I love. They're not holding back at all.
Yep. We have JK6919 coming in saying, "I think Williamson is his best when he does his own thing and not when he tries to follow someone else's model." Completely agree. Because even when I was covering DC on a regular basis, and when they did Rebirth, and he started with doing that kind of stuff, I was never impressed with him. Even his Flash run, I know a lot of people liked it. I thought it was fine. It was fine to good. But there was so much other crap that he did that was not good. Justice League Odyssey, not good. Justice League versus the Suicide Squad, not good. And he just had a lot of stuff that didn't land well. He had his small run on Batman, started off good, didn't end so great. And that's kind of what he became synonymous with, is a guy that's got good ideas but can't stick to the landing. And I remember when they were starting this and they announced that he was doing Duke and Cobra, I was like, what? Why? And I had no faith at all. And he proved me wrong with both of those books. And I was like, all right, if this is what he's going to deliver, so be it. And then G.I. Joe launched, and it was the same thing. And I was like, holy shit, this guy is killing it. So kudos. I think when Joshua Williamson's career is over with, I do think G.I. Joe is going to be the title, the book that people are like, oh, when you think Josh Williamson, you think of Energon, this whole G.I. Joe, Cobra Kai, or not Cobra Kai, but wow.
Cobra Commander?
Getting close to bedtime, kids. Cobra Commander. I think that's what you're going to think of. So I do want to say hello. We got Shield Wall of Dragons in the house. What's up, fellas? What's up, Shield?
Yeah.
Nice to see you here, my man. But yeah. So I think this is a perfect pick, a great pick. They're also releasing G.I. Joe bi-weekly for this story arc. So
which is awesome.
Yeah.
And so Wes and I, we're gonna be doing probably our best of the year. And G.I. Joe has finished fucking strong.
Yeah.
And for a while, it's been for me Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Space Ghost. They've been kind of going back for, but it's just all neck and neck.
Yeah.
But if you're running a marathon or running a long distance trial, doing cross country, and you finish strong, it's comparing to a run. G.I. Joe is finishing strong. They got they're on a final sprint on the year, and it's God. It just I cannot wait every week when G.I. Joe comes out. It's grabbing it every week.
Yeah, I agree with you. And to your point of finishing strong, it makes a huge difference. Even when look, we talked about this. I'm thinking about this because Shields on the Wall. When we were doing which I would love to get back to Marvelous Mondays. The editing for that and fighting with YouTube has made so it's the fighting with YouTube. Editing, I don't mind. Fighting with fucking YouTube on those videos. Oh my god. So I'm purposely trying to see if things will settle down. But we kind of talked about this with Captain America when we discussed Captain America. You watch it and there's so much good stuff, but then you get to that final act and it's like it's a step down in quality for the film, and it's just okay to good. And you're like, yeah, okay, that was fine. But so much of that movie is great. So this, we're seeing here, like G.I. Joe started off good. I don't even want to say it took a dip in quality. It just kind of slowed the pace down when we got the
I would say,
and
I would say, like one of my favorite issues up until the Dreadnought War came out was when we were in Dallas. That when we had the beachhead issue, I thought that was probably one of the best issues of the series. And
go ahead.
No, and after that, the stuff with the Baroness and CoverGirl, it was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
But this stuff right now, I'm like, this is the G.I. Joe I wanted.
The pacing that they're doing with G.I. Joe specifically is really interesting because you had your first like 6-issue arc or 6 or 7 issue arc that was a lot of fun, bringing the team together. It started building momentum. And then you had the beachhead issue, which I think we both thought was just going to be a one-off and right back into the main storyline. And then they followed up with the Baroness CoverGirl, and it was like, okay, well, it looks like this is going to be like a 2-shot kind of thing, like quick 2, and then we'll get back. And then that actually ended up being a longer form story that, yes, they were the focus at the start, but as you kept going, it started pulling in all these other characters, and you saw the pieces kind of building together in this kind of, I don't want to say background, but not as many prominent characters that are in the main group. And then you get reintroduced back to Duke with Dreadnought's War, and it's just like, hit the boosters, and that's what they've done. And then with them doing this bi-weekly release, it just makes it even feel like it's got even more of an energy. You're not having that month lull. Like every 2 weeks, you're getting a new issue, so you're staying hyped for it. So,
yeah,
whoever's idea that was, good job. Good job. So, yes, and Shields, I might need to look at us getting back into doing those again in the new year because I had a shit ton of fun doing those. I just,
you could do, Josh. You could put on you could launch them on Rumble, create a Rumble channel on Rumble and do it.
That is true. I might look into that. I still have the actual full edited copies just on a hard drive that I can just pull over and just dump in there. So, Shield, I might be reaching back out to you and see if we can get our YouTube Avengers back together to pick this back up. And I still have the Iron Man episode that I've got to try to post and see. I'll use that as my test dummy to see how much interference I get from YouTube, because man. So for people that are wondering, we kicked off a series a while back called Marvelous Monday, and we were revisiting the MCU, and we were going through the movie or talking about the movie and kind of discussing it from different angles, a film standpoint, comic standpoint, all that. And when we first launched it, the first one we did was by far and is by far the best video I've ever had on this channel. And then I started getting hit with copyrights, but they were doing really shitty things. Like I would get a copyright, I'd fight it, I'd win the dispute, and then 5 minutes into my video launching, it would get hit with another copyright and get pulled, and it would just chop the legs off of them. And it was just not fun. But Salty is wanting to know if we checked out TMNT number 13 and what the new team. Okay,
yeah,
did that come out this week?
Yes, it did.
Okay,
another one. Yeah, came out this week.
So we will talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, to be continued.
Salty for floppy drop. Don't get it. Look, I know we're here on a Wednesday, but calm down. Keep it in your pants. I mainly don't want him to talk about it because after this, I'm gonna walk my dog, shower, and then spend the rest of the night reading, and then go to work pissed off that I'm at work and be like, "Fuck this place." Just let me read my comics, please. Yeah. But that is going to be our night. Drew, anything else you want to add?
Let's see here. I'll be at MakeaCon. It's official. Hotel is all set. Flight is all set. And locking in the covers right now for MegaCon. And
Nice.
got
And when
two.
is MegaCon?
March 19th through the 22nd.
Gotcha.
So,
and that's Orlando?
That is correct. That is Orlando.
Orlando, I love you, Orlando. If anyone's seen oh shit, what's the play? Book of Mormon. There we go. Yeah. Anyways, yes, MegaCon. Exciting. That's one way to kill the show. All right, Drew. If people want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Dolan Waddick. You can find me on Instagram, Dolan_Waddick. And you can find me on Wes's channel, Thinking Critical, on Saturday mornings or Saturday evenings, whenever you're watching it, talking about the best of the week. And as I just said, you can find me at MegaCon 2026.
Heck yeah. And Cajun Corey said he's going to be there. Hey. And Cajun did add, Josh, go to MegaCon next year or you're gay. Okay, so Corey, I'm going to be honest. I fully intended on going to MegaCon. I'd even considered it for 2025 going. And then some work stuff got involved and I was like, next year. Because I want to go back to Orlando. I've got a friend that lives in Orlando. I'm gay. I love going to Harry Potter Land and Universal. But because of the whole dog illness thing, that cost me a couple of $1,000. So I'm like, we'll see. I'm playing my finances by ear. But I would love to, because I've heard great things about MegaCon, and again, I would just love to be in Orlando.
It's a great show, and the drinking draws that they do, they're so much fun. It was a blast last year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't shown. I don't think I've shown you the stuff yet. I'm finalizing the covers right now, but yeah, I'll have 2 covers for Unholy Nightmare, 2 exclusives.
Hell yeah.
Very different ones. One from an Image Comics legend, and another one that be very, very titillating. That's all I'm going to say.
Titillating.
And
I feel like that was a very purposeful choice of words.
Yes.
Jeez. Real quick before I sign off, Salty said that ASMR is making me queasy. Jesus fucking Christ. You're welcome, Salty. You're welcome. If you want to find or follow the channel, you can follow us at ByPopped over on X. We are here Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually, sometimes maybe. I think my personal life is getting back to normal. Every time I say that, I screw myself over there because then something crazy happens. So we're gonna pray that my personal life gets back to normal. But yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays is when we try to make sure we're here. This week we had to move because I'm an idiot and forgot to do some stuff. But I had a lot of fun tonight. If you want to follow me personally, you can follow me at Joshua L. McDonald on X or at JoshWorks9, or not at, but just JoshWorks903 on Instagram. I post a lot of pictures of my dogs. I may or may not get drunk and post videos of me singing, so you have that to look forward to as well. But mainly the dogs. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And then we will be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Drew?
Tomorrow night
for Floppy Drop to discuss this week's releases, including the latest issue of TMNT and the newest issue of some of the books we talked about tonight. So come see us. We'll get nerdy and rock out with our floppies out. And I'll let you determine what that means. But until then, good night.
Bye.